You're listening to The Word on the Streets with Joe Bingham, Jason Tasker, and Raj Pujada.
Got out the car. Fuck.
No, I've got out the car. I've blocked roads.
Yeah.
I've tried to drag someone out of their car.
Right.
I've done loads of shit, man.
Yeah, and it's normal people do this every day. Grandmas. I've seen grandmas get out and fucking break windshields.
Yeah.
The guy
So
got out.
what did you do?
The guy got out, spat on my windshield. My guy who's got, I'm with my boy. He's got out and started punching up our car. When we've got out and fucked his shit up, he's gonna snitch to the police. I dropped my keys. I dropped wallet, whatever. I dropped all my shit. Fucked him up, ran off. Got in the car later, got off. I've noticed I've got all my shit up. I forgot all my shit. When I've gone back, nothing's there. Clearly this guy's got it. So I just went back to my mum's and said, Mum, I'm going to have myself in. This guy's probably gone. She's gone. The police have already called and they've asked if I could bring you in because last time they tried to come and arrest you, it didn't go their way. And they don't want that to happen. So I was like, so what do I do? She's like, well, go hand yourself in. I was like, all right, cool. So I just went and handed myself in.
And was this fairly normal conversation between you and your mum, or like,
So-
were you always getting in little trouble?
That was the first time a conversation about me and my involvement with the police was normal. So that was the first time my mum was just like, they've already called, like, so like I'm used to it now. Just go and hand yourself in, because yeah, they kept coming to the house and my mum used to bad the police up. Like the police can't come in just because you're police. Don't think you're coming in my mum's house. Like my mum's old school, Jamaican, born and bred. Like it's a different level. I remember they tried to come to get me, yeah. And I was so cool because I knew my mum was in the house. Imagine that I had a gun in the house. I had so much fucking money that I had to give to the boss man, and that wasn't counted. So much coke. It was ridiculous. I was going to jail for 25 years. Police have knocked my door. I swear, I've looked outside. I've gone, Mum's here. Mum, someone's at the door. Mum's gone and opened the door. She's gone, yes, I can help you. Hi, we're coming here for you. You haven't come here for my son. Like, yes, we've got a warrant. Okay, you have a warrant. Okay, what does this mean? Well, we can. What do you have a warrant for? Is it my son or my house? Well, we need to come in. No. My name is da. This is my house. Who's the warrant for? It's for your son. Okay, well, you're gonna stay there, and I'll get my son. All in Patwa, all in, like, and the guy. What do I do?
You should have got your mum to represent you in court, bro. You might have done 6.
I would 6. Shit, they would have just said to ship him out the country. Good to go, bro.
See you later.
But yeah, and from that they just called my mum. From the time my mum badded the sergeant up on the doorstep, so you ain't come in my house, bro. I will fuck you up. My mum was telling, I will fuck you up. You scared of my son? I'll fuck you up. You come step in my house. It's like, nope. My mum picked up the shovel. I'll lick this off of your blood clot stinking Eddie. You come in my house. Josiah, come down the blood clot stairs. I had time to get rid of everything. I've all come down, jumped out the back window, got everything out, put it in the next door neighbour's garden, come back upstairs, climb back up off the garage, got back through my bedroom window.
And you said you
sounds
were
like a burglar to me.
I thought you said you could climb pipes.
It wasn't pipes, so imagine.
I was the railings, it was the trellis.
Ninja J.
It was literally
Ninja J.
My house was set up so I could literally walk up on top of shit and get to my bedroom window, and it was a big side windows.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I could. The garage was below my window, so I just literally climb out and then jump off into my garden.
Mate, I bet your neighbour thought he won the lottery when he found that. Like he's letting off in the garden. Like
that was it.
The frustration must have been doing all this, and then the first sentence getting sent down for, like you said, something that happens to everyday people every day. And you know what this makes me think is, like, you remember when all the Kill the Bill protests were going on in London?
Yeah.
And we've spoke about this before, and I think if you look at a lot of the people that do these protests and stuff, it's privileged kids from privileged backgrounds that want to do it. And if you grow up in a certain area around certain people, you're watching these protests thinking, like, what, you trusted the police before all this stuff in the news? Like, you thought they had your best interests.
Yeah.
Like, no, they've got quotas to hit the same as every other business. They've got targets to hit. They've got to get this many prosecutions.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't care about it till it's at your doorstep.
Exactly. Until one of them, killed a nice middle class woman on their doorstep, and all of a sudden it's, these guys might be a bit bad. And you're like, what? The man that have got record high domestic abuse cases that never go anywhere. They're all battering their misses and nothing
Fucking
ever
this
gets
shit.
charged. Nothing. You're like, you thought these man in uniform that used to get bullied at school, you thought they were good people. And I was just watching them protests, just like, oh, you're the same people that put black squares on your Instagram for a day. You're just them, man.
You just hit the nail on the head, man. It's all quotas. The police system, it's quotas. That's why they don't. Tend to certain calls at night. That's what would take them 3 hours to go to an emergency call.
There's some crimes they don't bother with now.
Yeah.
It's
When I lost my phone, I'm like, I can tell you where my phone is right now.
Yeah.
I'm watching it move around Liverpool.
When they were
We ain't got time for that.
in Birmingham years ago, there was just a spate of just people just stripping cars on your driveway, just stripping them for parts. And there was this one geezer I used to work with, and this geezer rang the police, and he was like, "I'm watching them through my window, strip my car as we speak. You get out here now. They're here. I'm watching them." And they just went, "Well, our advice would be don't go outside
Just watch
because
them
we
take
ain't
the
coming."
car. Yeah.
They're like, "We ain't coming to sort that out. We'll send you a reference number."
He goes outside and fucks them up and defends them. He is in jail.
Bro, one officer told someone I know, their car got nicked off the drive. Same tracker. Said, I know where the car is. They just went, is it insured? He was like, yeah, of course. I just claim it on the insurance. Easier for them to do that.
Yeah, of course it is.
Because all of it's money. It's a cycle of money.
It's money.
Same with COVID. Hospitals were getting paid per death. So if someone died of something that wasn't COVID, they'd put it down as COVID. They called someone I know to be like, hey, can we change the death certificate to COVID? So they can make money off it. It's mad.
It's a prison system. They make money off of every single prisoner. That's why it's overcrowded. That's why people go to jail for the stupidest things now. You get in 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 10 weeks. It's money. You get paid. So depending on your category, depends on how much money you get paid. Last time I checked, it was if you was an ACAT prisoner, the government get paid. They 110 grand a year for that one prisoner. Then it
One
goes
prisoner?
down. Yeah. Then boom. Then BCAT goes down to 70 something. CCAT's 40, 30 grand. DCAT 25, 22 grand a year per prisoner. Do you know what it costs to feed a prisoner a day?
£37.
Huh?
Pound?
£13.
A day.
Yeah, £13.
I'd be surprised if it's more than £1, because they're buying it all in bulk, ain't it?
37p.
And the cooking, and
37p.
and you're cooking it yourself. Essentially, you're cooking it yourself.
I'm cooking my food that I'm buying from the money that my family send me.
Oh, really?
The food that I cook is the food that I've got to spend from my.
And they're making money off
send me.
canteen as well.
The food that the prison, it costs the prison system 37p.
Kosher must be about 13 quid though. Isn't
Oh, kosher's dope. Kosher.
Kosher's like fine dining,
Yeah.
isn't it? You get like a
Kosher
7-course taster menu.
Yeah, kosher got you talking in different dialects. Oh, you kosher, huh? Okay, Bobo, I see.
You get like the candles out when the kosher comes out.
everything.
It's like
Come
candle
over
at dinner
here.
time.
Yeah, you want some FaceTime? I got mobiles. Yes, you can call home.
So at what point in the big stretch did you? Because none of this sounds fun or funny.
Yeah.
So at what point did you go, I'm gonna start writing because I'm gonna get on that comedy thing when you get out? Was it after you heard some of Bronson's poetry and you thought I can do that?
Imagine motivated by
He gave him
Bronson.
all his material. Or did he like send you one of those notes where it was written really, really small?
I hope when you do
it's like
your
an
1 hour,
set in like a little...
when you do your 1 hour, you have a quote from Bronson on your poster.
No, that's what you, on the poster, on his Edinburgh poster, like,
just like
he's one of the good guys. Charles Bronson.
Leave Bronson alone, damn it. He's a cool guy.
He did it, but he didn't do it.
Do you know what? Writing was one of the few things that kept me sane. So I writ my whole sentence, both sentences I've writ. I've got folders, paperwork, because I write everything. I like music, so I write music. I like poetry and spoken word, so I write that. It just depended on what I was going through in prison, depending on what I was writing. Even on my worst days, I would write comedy. Like I would just literally just write the shittest jokes, the funny things, and I'll giggle to myself. You know what I'm saying? You're like, that is some dumb shit. Why did I write that? no, throw it away, and I'll be at my window or at the pipe. So you get pipes running through the cells, and through the pipes is like holes, so you can talk to your next door neighbor. So I'll get my neighbor, hey, come to the pipe, and I'll be doing stand up at the pipe. You know, it's like, and so writing helped save me in a lot of ways. So yeah, writing for me was a savior.
You basically got like a memoir now, then, haven't you, of the whole time that you were in there?
Yeah.
Have you looked at any of that?
I've so for the first stand up, I went through the joke. So I wanted to do the stand up that I did in prison before I left. And when I was going through it, I was like, fuck, I started to get triggered.
I was going to say, did it make, like, what emotions, like, did it make come out of you? Like, was it frustration? Was it anger? Was it, like, sadness? Like,
it was, you know what? It was, I missed it. I missed prison. And I say this a lot now. I'm more comfortable to say it now because the longer I'm out here, even though it triggers me, and the lows, prison was nothing nice. Prison was nothing fun. It was, prison is fun at times. I'm not gonna lie. Prison's like a fucking youth club. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It is fun because, like you said, your boy that said it. Yo, it is. We all live here, so we're gonna live in harmony. We're gonna get to know each other. If I don't like you, that's fine. We just know we just don't like each other, but we can still be around the same group. And we have that. So prison is fun in the aspect of we know how to get along in harmony. But prison is nothing nice. It's nothing.
You're still going to bed there every night and waking up there the next day and scratching off and going.
Yeah, it's full of demons. It's full of evilness. It's full of hatred. It's the pit. It's the gutter. It's hunger. It's starving. It's survival of the fittest to the T. It's, you got to be smart and so much about your wits. It's ridiculous. You can't ever have your back naked. So I always say to people that go to prison now will ask for advice of me. Because I do that on social media, give advice to people that have loved ones in prison now. I say to them, just tell them to keep their back to the wall and have their head up at all times. That's it. That's all you actually need to know. Keep your back to the fucking wall and keep your head up. So you can always see what the fuck is going on around you.
And that's a big thing, I think, that must have been like just mentally exhausting.
Yeah.
You can never switch off.
Never.
You know what I mean? And then, you know, you must have days where, because I'd imagine that you'd have some periods where you're like, oh, it's been a few weeks. It's kind of, you know, I've got into a rhythm. It's kind of flown by. And then you'll have one day where you wake up and you go, yeah, I've still got 4 years of this.
Yeah, like imagine normal life, right? You have a bad day and you think, oh, do you know what? Today I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to have a nice meal. I'm going to have a bath. I'm going to put some candles out.
Yeah, I'm just going to watch a film.
Prison, you're like, Bryce, you just got to do the same shit again, no matter your mood.
You do, you know what? The equivalent to that in prison is, so you call that the jail blues that day when 3 months could fly by. Like, oh shit, it's March. And then boom, it hits you and you're on your period. Like, yeah, it's a big fucking period, mate. You're being in the blues in prison is horrible because you're there for ages and you just want to come out of it. But then, like you said, you can plan. So the equivalent to what you just said is, all right, you know what? Today I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to take a walk to E-Wing because I never go that far. And then I'm going to circle the E-Wing yard and come back with Bryce because he's a cool guy. He always does the circle. When I come back, instead of me going to the gym, I'm actually going to cook a big meal for the boys. And then I'll go and use the shower on the ones because that one's nicer than the one on the threes that I usually use. And you know what? I'm going to put on my jeans and a nice top today to walk around the jail on the wing. That's the equivalent. And
so you don't have to wear the same stuff as everyone else?
No.
Oh, right.
No. Are you talking about the prison tracksuits and things like that?
Yeah, the grey tracksuits.
No?
That's just when you get first put in there, isn't it?
But that's how it should be. Like, at the end of the day, you're still like human, aren't you?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you're like, that's the thing. Like, what you're saying to me, like, just describes like what it means to like be human and do things that
make you feel
that make you feel good. And
Yeah.
like, I don't really like it. How much do you want to punish someone for doing something wrong? Like,
and the saying is, my punishment is being sent to jail, not to be punished whilst I'm in jail.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what every prisoner.
And it shouldn't be like being dead, but whilst you're still alive. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be like that. I don't
Yeah.
think.
So how long were you in the ACATs?
I was in ACATS for Belmarsh 2014, 3 years.
So Belmarsh is like that's like the famous
Yeah,
one. Isn't
Belmarsh
it?
is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
daddy. Yeah. So I did the jail within the jail in Belmarsh. So
So you was
So you like rapists, murderers?
no. Have you heard of the the unit?
No.
So in Belmarsh has got a prison within the prison. So it's how can I put it?
that high.
It's Fort Knox within the prison. It's like it's the highest of you know Abu Hamza Hook Hand,
Yeah,
the Hatton
yeah.
Garden Raiders. They went there. The big terrorists.
It's like the Avengers of fucking criminals, basically.
You were in
people-
Arkham Asylum, bro. That's what you were saying.
Literally
Motherfucking
Arkham Island.
Shit, they thought I was robbing. I swear down, but the ginger version. It was just all fucked up. This is so fucked up. Like they had me there, like.
But that was your.
Joker.
It's a joke.
Oh, yeah, I beg that's your poster for your first Edinburgh show.
But that must have been your second stretch, right?
Yeah, the second
Yeah,
second
'cause-
stretch. When I'm talking about all the high security stuff, the second stretch. My first stretch was as a young offender, so that was youth club.
Yeah.
I didn't learn a fucking thing. in
So,
prison.
so when obviously, so when Jason was obviously talking about, you got all these folders of stuff that you wrote. I suppose, do you see it as that's a challenge you're gonna have to overcome someday? I guess when you get deeper into it and you keep doing the comedy, and I knew from the first time I saw it, it weren't gonna be something that you did for a bit, and then you were like, oh, I've done that now. Like you're in it now.
Yeah.
So there's going to come a point where you've got to read through them folders that you were writing when you were in the prison blues. And I imagine that's going to be hard because it's going to be days where it's going to take you back to that. Is that something that you're thinking, I'll give it a minute until I've been out for a bit, and then you'll hopefully be in a better place to go back to it?
I was gonna burn it all.
I wouldn't.
I was gonna burn a decade of work.
I think there's probably a bit of gold in there, man.
Yeah.
So I said this to Jamadi because I've still got all my paperwork, all the evidence, all the things that publicly ain't allowed to, but I can only publicly put it out. So I was just gonna burn everything and say, whew.
Like a fresh start.
Yeah, I thought that's what I needed, and then my brother said, I told my brother about I tried to go through it, and he's like, he said, what do you have? Like, go break down what you have. FaceTime me, show me. I said, I don't really want to go. I said, I'm here. Like, yo, just call, just show me. And he's like, fuck, I'm gonna have to cancel my phone call that I've got booked. So I went through it. I've got 3 films. I've written 3 films, feature-length films. I've got a doc. I've written out my own documentary on how I want to do it. I've got 2 sitcoms. I've got a box set. I've got numbered 300 pages of stand-up comedy, just back to front A4 piece.
This
A4
is why I
sheets of
said you was a
paper.
problem, bro.
Over
I think I'm joining you on that 12 months, by the way, right?
over 100 poems. I've written, and he liked to do it in sets of 15, and I've got over 60 songs, R&B, rap, singing songs and things.
You
like
sing and rap, yeah?
Yeah. So when we've done that, he's gone, you can't.
No, you can't.
He said,
Can't.
you said you have no idea what you have.
I
I have no idea.
But at the same time, that sounds like a load of stuff, and it is a load of stuff. But you
Yeah.
paid for it with your time, haven't you?
Yeah,
Essentially,
yeah.
so that's why it's so valuable.
There's blood marks on some of the papers where I got
Yeah.
attacked, where I was writing and someone's come attacked me and split open the back of my head, and I've still got those papers there where there's little blood stains and things like that where it's leaked through, and there's still papers where I've got tears on them where I'm writing stuff and I'm just crying on the paper, but I'm writing through that so it's smeared. Do you know what I mean? But I know what it says.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, so the saying of my blood, sweat and tears has gone into my work. I can physically show you my blood, sweat and tears on my paperwork, like as it's happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't get rid of that ever. I will eventually one day open it and start working
Yeah, and it's also.
But I want to do that as a collective with people that are willing, will just have an open mind to what I've written and come and put your perception and work. Say, that's a shit idea. What about this? Add this to it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Season it.
Yeah.
So I don't ever want it to be.
Because the thing that I'd love to see from you, because I remember the first thing I said to you after your first gig was, it was just, for me, it was like, it ain't the time to be like, you know, I ain't gonna go giving advice to people at gigs unless they ask for it, because it's the worst thing. And if
I
anyone,
remember us talking about this.
yeah, it's the worst thing. Someone just comes up to you and gives you advice that you've not asked for.
Yeah.
You're just like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
But I remember saying to you after that first gig, because that crowd just loved you, because you're funny and you're a performer and you got that confidence and you let them in. But then you did something towards the end of your set where you just went, so who's got any questions about prison?
Yeah.
And everyone in that room just went, actually.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to you, if you can hone that, because there's no one else that's doing that.
Those words I've taken on every performance, and I literally, just mad. When I mean, because my mate heard you say that as well. He said every time I perform, I said, don't forget what that guy said. You know, don't forget what that guy said. You know, like remember to do it. So even to the point where I did it again, and always Styler saw me do it, and then he said the same thing. I said, yeah, Joe's already told me.
Yeah,
Joe said,
there's no one else doing that.
To hone it in. So thank you, man, because you was for you introduced me back into this world. It was your voice. So thank you. I haven't even thanked you for that. I know I said thank you and sent you a message, but bro, you have no idea what that means to me, because everybody has a place in my life now. If I'm building a relationship with you, I'm genuinely building a relationship with you. Do you know what I mean? Because I need relationships. I don't need associations. Associations fuck me over.
There's
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So everything I do now, business-wise, friendly-wise, personally, it doesn't matter. It has to be a relationship built just from naturalness and genuineness and good spirits and energy. I don't force nothing. I don't try to force nothing. I don't want people to force it. Just like when I reached out to you guys for the show, and I said, guys, I'm so fucking sorry. I should have shouted you age. If you want, come through. It's yours. Just let me know. And I didn't want. That's it. I don't want you to feel forced or anything. It's there, it's free, because you brought me there. Do you know what I'm saying? So anything I have and do, you have access to. That's just how I see it. That's how I was in jail. That's how I survived. Because I used to be a big boy in jail. I can't lie and say I wasn't or whatever. Yes, any prison I went to, I was instant hierarchy. Nobody can tell you I wasn't. I was. Whether they liked me and I got attacked and rushed, or whether they loved me and brought me into the fold of what they was doing, either way, I was hierarchy. You know, simple as that. Do it out here, but it will work out here.
Yeah, it's just building it.
That's
Just
it.
building it.
And I think when you were talking about, you know, you were thinking about burning it and seeing that as a fresh start. Like your fresh start could be built from what's in there, innit? And that's what I mean when it's like no one else is doing it. And that's one of the biggest issues with comedy, is that it's hard to stand out as an individual in comedy, because whilst we've all got different personality traits or physical traits or whatever, a lot of us are living in the same city, on the same circuit, living a similar life.
Yep.
And that's why when I saw you do that, because I hear what you're saying, but I've introduced a lot of people to a lot of stages, and you look at a lot of them and think, I ain't going to see them in 6 months.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I saw you do that, and I was like, this guy's good, he's a good performer, you know what I mean? He's confident, he's funny, he's got jokes. That was the thing that pissed me off the most. I was like, he's got jokes, bruv. I was like, that's what pissed me off. I thought you were going to be like, Ori rang me. I was like, my boy Jay's going to come through, gave me a bit of the background, and I thought, he's going to get up there, he's going to be a funny guy. And I watched you tell structured jokes. I was like, this guy's taking the piss. But
Where did I see you? Shoreditch or Croydon or Wembley?
Wembley?
I can't remember. You was there as well, I think.
Yeah, Wembley.
Yeah, I was
Wembley
hosting that one
yeah,
as well.
Yeah.
But that's when I saw you do that bit at the end, that's when I was like, nah, this is different.
Yeah.
Because no one's doing this. And already, you know, just from every time I've spoken to you, and again from listening to you speak now, this isn't even like an hour show. This is like 3-4 hour shows where you can talk about all these different things. You can sell it however you want it. There's people out there in the circuit that ain't gonna like you for it because they're gonna be like, I can't think of an hour show.
Yeah,
But
I'm one of them.
and yeah, but not just because of that, because of like classism and things like that,
Yeah.
where people don't like it.
That's, and I noticed that. So, because remember, I used to message you, yo, what clubs can I get into and things like that. I was messaging, and I did every club you sent me. I would message them, email them, turn up. Can I get on the mic? This, that, da da da. I'm da 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 da. Like, yeah, if there's space, if there's space. And I was just getting so fucking pissed off because you said it. You said, there's some guys out here that feel like they are fucking P Diddy. And I was just like, all right, cool. And I listened to you, but when I was experienced, I was like, Joe wasn't lying.
Yeah.
Bro. These guys really think they're fucking special because they've got the venue. And when I realised that, I was like, why don't I just get my own venue? I don't need to buy a building. So I looked into it, spoke to my brother, and then, started to look for venues. And then I got a price from a few venues, and I realised I can't afford this with what I'm doing, so I had to get a different job. So I got another job. Off the back of that job, off my first wage, I paid for the venue. Just said, fuck it, pay for the venue, I'll figure it out afterwards. All I need to know is I have a fucking stage. That's it. I need a stage to perform. I don't want you telling me how long I have. I need to get shit out here.
Yeah.
But fuck. Like, so that's it. And that was just my train of thought. And then it was a case of, right, I don't just want this to be my stage. There's so many people out here that just need a stage, that just need some time. Hello. And I just messaged so many people. Hi. You're great. You're good. My stage is here. Come along. And God is good. Unfortunately, I had live music, spoken word, stand-up comedy from Funky Philly and myself, and a host and a DJ playing throughout the night. So it was a whole night, and it was beautiful. So I'm doing it every month, and I'm happy to do it every month. It's what the scene needs in terms of freedom. Just, I can go to that show and he will put me on, and I can ask him for 20 minutes, half an hour. You want 20 minutes? Go 20 minutes to half an hour. Go do your thing. It's filmed, it's videographed. I'll give you your whole film. Go do your thing. I'm nobody. I'm just like you. But we can all do it. I've been out of jail 7.5 months. I'm doing it off a night shift wage. I just paid for the venue and said it's a ticket-based event. Come along and have fun.
Yeah, no, you did shout me for that, man. I tried real hard to get there, but
You did, but I shouted you 2 days before.
Yeah.
I was like 2 days, oh shit, Lord, shit. I was like, Lord, I'm so sorry, Lord. So, shit, but I know, it's your beard. Oh my God, shit, Ginger Jesus told me. And then motherfucker, and he was just like, bro, it's cool, man, I'll try and make it. I've got a set though, that shit. I'll get Ginger Jesus to send you the carpet to fly on or something. No, but yeah, man, my thing is just, we can all do it. Like, do you know what pisses me off? England's so fucking funny. Why can't we see it? Why can't we see it? Everybody that is actually funny in England, that can actually act and actually do crazy stuff and actually has character, why can't we see it? It's all these shit people on TV. All these shit people. Where's our comedy films?
You'll find out why.
I know. I know.
Yeah. Give it 6 more months. You'll find out.
Yeah, but with your mindset, bringing that out, like you're kind of like you say, you're bringing like a fresh perspective on it and a fresh approach to it, and that's only just going to do you benefits in the long term.
Yeah.
Where maybe you don't have to go through like a typical route,
I'm happy
and you
to
can
say,
change it.
I will
like,
say this out here loud and proud. I'm happy to learn. I want to learn. I'm willing to learn the industry and how things work. I'm not falling in line, but I'm willing to learn and observe how it is. But I'm about to fuck shit up.
yeah, with this game, it's like driving lessons. You know, the more you do, the better you get, and that's it. You just don't.
I'm tearing it apart.
You just keep going. That's
I'm coming for America. I'm not coming for England. I have no interest in England, in comedy, entertainment. I have no interest. Not one interest do I have in England.
That's interesting you say that though, but would you not struggle to get into the States?
No.
Is it not like some sort of, you have to go to the embassy and prove you're not a threat and whatever.
No, it's just through probation.
That's it.
Yeah, just
Okay.
work. As long as if I've got work and I can prove it's legal work, they'll send me over. I'm trying to take over the state. I don't need to go to the States to take over. We don't need to go to the States to take over the States. The same way they never needed to come to England to take over England.
Not with the internet now.
Yeah. Just a different game out there, though, isn't it? It's very different out there.
It is.
Yeah, it's
different.
Looks more fun.
funnier.
though.
Yeah.
It's funny. They don't care. They don't care. They're not funny because they're funnier people.
No.
They just don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's
They
fact.
just don't give a shit. It's England. Oh, England proper PC. Shut that. Suck a ginger dick, England.
Well, this is what I've always said about England, and I think I said it to you guys before, is that, like, America will say what's on its mind,
Yep.
but the UK will try and be polite but think it.
You got
Yeah,
to you got to
think
dance
it, say it,
around
and
it.
then put it through a filter.
Filter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I do characters. Through
Yeah.
characters, you can't cancel me.
Mm-hmm.
What you say? On God, nigga, what? What you want to say? On baby, we got this. I've been about this. You don't come around here, but I in jail, nigga. I in hard time. You won't come around here and we gonna do this. I got a little Raj over there, Joe, Bill, Joe, you see me, Joe? I know you see me, Joe.
What accent do you want me to do?
You see what I'm saying? And you see what I'm saying? It works. It just works. It's just
Joe, do
natural.
India. No, do it.
We cancel
You're
these tonight.
mad.
You get to say the P word when you do
You're
that accent.
mad. I've seen Twitter lately. No.
Oh, fuck it, I'll say it.
Not again, Jason.
Oh, shit. Repeat offenders.
Fuck me.
There's characters in all of us. And if you look at American comedy as an example from the jump, they're all characters. The biggest comedians in England ever, Lee Evans, character. You know what I'm saying? Bill Murray, character.
Peter Kay, character.
Peter Kay, character. The biggest comedians are just characters.
Yeah.
And England isn't allowed to. We're not allowed. I feel like we're not allowed to be our characters. That's what I feel like it's like.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting way of looking
I
at it.
genuinely feel like we're not just allowed to be our character, and we have to.
I think
I know what you mean,
it's
like-
just they know what character they want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
your persona, right?
Yeah.
If you can put it in a box, then like you can go, okay, that is that person.
Yeah.
and
Because
that's it.
I've often said that, you know, the closer you get to the industry, the bigger the wall seems. I think when you start, you
Like,
look,
all moves. That's
yeah,
the problem.
and you start and you think like, oh, that's obtainable, and then you'll get you feel like you get within touching distance of it. You might get to do TV or radio a couple of times, whatever, and you think, oh, this is the foot in the door. Nah. That's you knocking the door quietly. Because my opinion has always been, you look at TV and it's the same people on there, and it has been the same people for like 20 odd years.
Yes.
And I think the working class representation in the industry is abysmal. It's
a
like
whole-
they want working class people. When you're talking about characters,
Yeah.
that's where I think it really comes in. They want working class people to be the lovable idiot.
Yeah, they want a middle class person to play a working class person as a character because that's funny because it's ironic. But if I was to play a middle class person,
And if,
then it'd be like taking the piss.
if any one of us in this room was to try and do a set about anything that was in any way an intellectual topic, and you'd done your research and it was well read, well researched, well written, still wouldn't work as well as if a man with an Eton accent said it, because they'd be looking at you like, tell more dick jokes.
Yeah.
That's what you're like do.
That's what- yeah.
Tell more dick jokes.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating. But it's like you said with the internet now, you can create your own
audience.
brand,
Yeah.
essentially.
Create your own world, and I've learned that going viral on TikTok and whatever and Insta. I've created my own world, and people have accepted my character. So I do my American characters online, and they love it. Like Americans are following me, saying, "Oh, what part of the States you from?" I'm like, "I'm from London." They're like,
Oh, you from London?
Yeah. It's like Idris Elba all over again. Manny betrayed them.
You
Betrayed
tricked
their
us in the
trust.
wire, motherfucker.
It's in the white, they were upset with Idris in it.
I didn't know he was English.
Mate, I used to
till
when I
after
first
The
watched The Wire, I thought he was
Yeah, same.
American.
Everyone did.
But the question is, how many English actors, English actors are the best actors in Hollywood. The biggest actors are the
Yeah.
English actors, right? How comes British films never portray America?
And
Can you give me one British film where they've had one character where it's a British actor but he's portraying an American?
A British actor portraying an American. That's
The Wire.
The Wire isn't British.
Idris Elba.
like a
no,
British.
but you mean that was
Oh,
made
British
here.
made. British made.
Nah, because again, bruv, if you want to get on TV for acting, you need to get a thick Yorkshire accent, and you're doing an ITV murder. Happy, you're in Happy Valley, bruv. That's what you need to.
But then, like when Americans want to play a British person, my mind just went straight to Elijah Wood when he's in Green Street.
Oh yeah.
But he's Aussie, isn't he?
No,
Is he Aussie?
you're thinking Charlie Hunnam plays an Aussie person, and he's British. He plays
He's from
American
He's
people.
from Newcastle?
Yeah, he's from Newcastle, but he plays like an he does
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
the
Cockney
guy
accent,
from,
but sounds like he's
Sons of
Australian.
Anarchy.
Yeah.
Is he from Newcastle?
Yeah.
Jax.
But he tries to do a Cockney accent in that film, but he sounds Australian.
What, in The Gentleman?
It's,
in that film as well. Yeah.
I say we just do it. We've got to show them we got that. Like we
You don't need the industry anymore.
don't need the industry. I'm not counting on nobody. I'm not.
Yeah.
I've had talent agencies reach out to me to say, "Hi, would you like to have a meeting? Would you no? No, I don't want to have a meeting with you because you can't offer me anything that I've just realized I can fucking do for myself. I just used half of my monthly wage and I got a venue and I sold out the show.
Yeah.
What is it now you're trying to offer me? I didn't sell it out because it was me. I sold it out because I got acts that want to fully work. They've got their own little fan base. I put something together. It took me a month to do it, and it worked.
The internet is frightening as well, because I just threw a stupid joke up back end of last year, and it's exactly like you said. You'll get messages from people going, "When are your New York dates?" And you're like, "What? Slow down. Hold on. I need to go to New York first." I had people like, "Oh, you ever going to come to Paris and do shows?" And I'm like, hadn't even crossed my mind. But they're just sat there now. They just sat there following you, and you put a date up and go. They might not come, but they might go, "Oh, I remember that guy. Yeah, we'll go have a look." You know what I mean? You just got to build it yourself.
But at the same time, if you had like if when you were inside and you wrote to a talent agency who went, "Look, I've got like 3 films, 2 sitcoms, and 5 hours worth of stand up," they would have fucking just thrown that straight in the bin.
They'd be like,
They're
"Listen, we've already made porridge, bro. We don't need it."
No, but honestly, I would dust that all off and just do a treatment on it.
No, I'm
Get
going
it.
to.
Whereas
Get
now
it
they all want a
polished.
piece. Now you're out.
Yeah, no, I'm
Because a
going
lot of
to.
that stuff might be dated. You could update some stuff and
The plan for that work
Yeah,
is
just
to
write me into it, so we
Yeah,
all
dude.
break the industry together.
Yeah, I'll play Big
Are
Leon.
you Big Leon?
Why can't I play Big Leon? Bing Rames.
You're White Graham.
Yeah, I'll be
Bronson.
Teabag.
I'll be Bronson.
Oh gosh, there's so many characters flying through my head right now.
You know the last thing I'll say, because I just clocked the time, man. This is flowing by, man. But the last thing I'll say is the reason that I want to see you do it as well is because I don't know about you, man, but I got boys back home who have been inside for whatever stretch, and you look at like the Rehabilitation of Offenders Act and stuff like that, and it's like these men, like it's never leaving their record.
No.
So you talk about rehabilitation. These men got kids now, been out for years, still struggling to hold a job, because the second anything within that company goes wrong, HR's looking through and going, that one can go.
Yeah.
And it's just that constant struggle, you know what I mean, afterwards. So for me personally, it's like, I want to see you do it, because then it's a story of someone who's like, yeah, I did some bad shit and I've held my hands up, you know what I mean? But now I've come out and I didn't do it the way you wanted me to after I did my Canadian fucking courses and whatever, but you've still figured it out, innit? So
No, I appreciate that, man, and that's a big. You keep hitting the nails on the head.
I know, that was quite emotional,
we
wasn't it?
spoke before, because that is the premise. It's a big premise of what I want to do. Because quickly, just touching back on what they teach you in prison. Can you be an electrician? Yes. Can you be a plumber? Yes. Can you get the building courses? Yes. It's a CIA card. Yes, all of that. But what are all those jobs doing? They're all to rebuild the infrastructure of the country. Every single job in prison that they teach you is to rebuild, is to give back to the country. So they're only training you to be a slave to the country. Yeah, you're earning money, it's a wage. I'm not saying builders or anything are slaves, but if you haven't been prison and then taught the trade in prison to then come out of prison and have that job, I'm not talking to you. If you've been prison and you've been taught that job in prison to then come out and been forced to say, yeah, you got that, go be a builder, go on the railway tracks, go do a build. You was groomed to stay in the system.
And told to be grateful for it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not following your dreams, is it? It's being given a nightmare, basically.
No, so that is why I'm building this platform for ex-cons to come and work with me. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's change the narrative. There's no excuses. There's no grey area. I do black and white. Bit like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, you're definitely driven, man, and I'm happy to see it, bro.
Got to, man. When they almost kill you in a dark place and everyone tells you, you know, you hear the rap song, they told me they couldn't do it, and yeah, like, literally, I had prison officers stamping on my neck, telling me to die. Your pain in the neck, and literally just standing looking me in my eye, waiting for me to die and choke out. You're not gonna be shit. You think you're the man. This, that, this, that, taking all my belongings, all my clothes, putting me in a cell naked for 3 days. Nothing, no food, nothing. I've had all of that. I've been through treatment. You couldn't, and all through the premise of you're not gonna be shit. No one loves you. Where's your family? Oh, they didn't come visit you. This, that, So, to be here now, and I'm not the only one that's gone through it. Thousands of men have, thousands of women have. Just not enough have spoken up properly. With no fear.
They made a mistake at the end, though, didn't it? They let you start doing comedy in prison, and now
fucked
you're
up.
like, okay, then I'll run with that.
They fucked up, and they even stopped me. They kicked me out of that prison when I got too big in the prison.
Man got 3 applause breaks, and they went, move it.
Get out of here, bro.
He's coming up for an encore at the end. Like,
They
do the shower bit. Do the shower bit.
They did actually did the encore. Did the extra 10 minutes set. I had to run back to my cell, get another piece of paper, come and did the encore. They kicked me out of the jail 4 weeks later.
He's doing all them inside
when I did the
jokes.
second show, they kicked me out of the jail.
Hey, that's a good show name.
Yeah,
Inside Jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, was it just you performing?
Yeah. So in terms of performing, yeah, I was just the sole performer, and then they had speakers and things like that.
Sick. That's sick.
Speedo Mick came. You know Speedo Mick from Liverpool, the one that runs around the country in his speedos.
Nah, but
Yeah, you seen him. He swam the Thames. He swam the crazy. He runs around. Either way, he came and he was surprised. He said he should run around the country with him speed. I said, Mick, you don't want me to run around the country.
We'll get him on the pod in a couple of weeks' time. Mick. Can you link us?
Speedo Mick, great inspiration of a man.
Yeah.
Look him up. Look him up.
Speedo Mick, yeah.
Great
Alright,
guy.
I got a question for you, man.
Yep.
3 of us here.
Yep.
Who's surviving prison, who's not?
Oh shit! You're not surviving.
I mean, I knew that before you even asked the question. I was all the way through your stories. I was thinking, well, I won't last a day.
You're literally gonna hold whatever I tell you to hold.
man said you're Big Leon's type. You know?
Not even bullying. You're too nice.
Yeah.
You're just too nice.
The only fucking Leon I'm going near is the fucking food outlet, mate.
Yeah, you can just see it in your eyes. You can see it in your smile. You're too clean. You're too nice. You can see it in Joe. Joe's got friends. You can see he's got hard. He can put the hard on, and you question the hard in prison. You know what I'm saying? When people, he looks like he could be, and you see white boys, you see gangster white boys in jail, they don't get troubled. They don't get troubled. If you're a white boy and you're on your shit in jail, you're cool. You walk in there like you own. Everyone's like, cool, he's cool. Don't matter.
I'll do that month, yeah.
You're calm just because you're act. And you're
I'm
huge.
blessed.
And you're huge. You're huge. Like the gym, you walk in prison and the staff will come up straight. First thing, as soon as you walk into reception, Jim, you'd be like, yeah, I'll go Jim.
Yeah, they'd be looking at you like a
put you in the
project,
gym,
innit? They'd be like, this man is going to come out of here chiseled.
No, it is big guys. They don't want no problem.
Mm.
So you're big. You're naturally big. They just want to tend to you because rustling around with big people in prison. Officers, remember, they don't know how to fight.
Yeah.
So it's 20 arms trying to wrestle with somebody that potentially knows how to fight. So they don't want to fight with big guys because more than likely, 2-3 of them always end up really hurt. So when they're big, it's you get perked straight away. I used to walk on wings, and people were like, "Yo, how have you got a single cell, gym already, and a job on the wing?" I said, "What do you mean? I'm big. I'm hench, just like my man, just like him." And everyone, the big guys, we was laughing like, yeah. It's so Joe. You're respecting how you look. You'll get through just because you're big.
Love it. We'll protect you, Jason.
I'm not going to jail, man.
As long as you hold my shit.
my pocket.
I'm going to be one of the wardens, mate. That's it.
We're gonna sell you for 2 roll-ups, bro. Big Leon's gonna be inside you for 2 roll-ups.
Even if you was,
Well, we're watching that.
We're just gonna watch.
even if you was a guard, you're bringing in my tobacco.
I want to because I'm a nice guy. Do you know what I mean? That's what nice guys do.
You're bringing it in. Mate. I'm telling you to go to the shop on the corner. I need 2 hours. And you'll look at me.
And you'll do it.
And you'll do it because you've got to come to work the next day. And you don't want to see me the next day without my burn. Honestly.
I'm walking out of here with a new kind of confidence now.
You'd make it to day 2, maybe, I think.
Don't worry about it. Listen, I'll turn it on, bro. Don't worry about that.
Like Joe's tatted up as well.
Yeah, yeah.
But if they look in
Yeah, have you
detail
seen
at
the
the
tattoos?
tattoos, if they look at the actual tattoos,
Imagine they were like, "Oh, this man's tatted. Is that
He's got
gang
a frog.
tattoos?
Oh,
That's
he's
a
got a
frog.
frog.
Oh, yeah.
Dressed as Indiana Jones, bro.
Oh, you're winning.
You don't want to know what gang that is.
You're winning. You got stories to tell the female guards. You're winning. You pretty boy, Brummy accent, London prison. What tattoos? The girls are on
it's like
you.
fucking dapper for you, bro.
Yeah, you better look. It's the frog.
You can wear what you want as well, so just wear some fucking swimming trunks and walk around.
Yeah,
bro,
I'll be Speedo Joe, man.
Well, yeah, no prison. Everybody should experience it.
No.
I'm not so scared of it anymore. So thank you.
It's great. It's just it's a great place to learn. It's a great place to learn.
I'd do it as a social experiment.
Yeah.
I don't want all the repercussions of it.
No, but you know what?
I think that should be a fucking TV show.
It definitely
I'll do it as a
should.
sketch.
Well, there is an American one, isn't it? Where you got to pretend that you got
60 days in prison.
Yeah.
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 But that looks rough.
That's
Yeah.
That's jail.
Bro, everyone's in a quadrant.
Yeah,
they all
yeah.
sleep together.
And they put them in like jailhouses out in the country, innit? Like
that's dangerous what they're doing.
Yeah.
But it's working though. It's real. That's what England won't do because if you saw what goes on in the English prison, the uproar. Oh my God! No, Sarah the God brought in weed and phones for the big black guy. No. Like, yeah, they're together. Like, she's basically pregnant. Like, you know what I'm saying? But Sarah's fucking the white guy on the other side as well. Like,
Oh,
this
shit.
is normal shit.
a load of them got laid off a few weeks ago, innit?
Oh, for banging the prisoners.
Yeah.
Watch this. They're putting 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old girls straight out of uni into prison with bad boys. And all these girls are from the countryside. So they're putting them into jails with city boys. What do we think is going to happen here?
It's like a Hoodville video.
Literally. Prison is now like a fucking rap video.
But But they charm them, right? They're not forced.
Charm who? Are you mad? What? We're all known on social media somehow, some way, right? We've all got fans.
Yeah. But what I'm
following
saying is, it's not forced, right? It's
My
the
brother.
girls want to do it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But
That's
you
what.
could walk in because you could walk in prison today if you got.
I don't know why you emphasize the you like that.
I
do alright,
like,
bruv.
no. No, like I mean it like just because you've got some form of influence on social media, they can go and see it and that you're on stage or whatever, you will have her twerking in yourself. You could say, yo, put the music on, she come and start twerking and dancing. Just because you have some style. They're little girls that have grown up on social media.
Mad.
And they're not seeing this. Hello, we've got phones in prison. There's how many rap stars friends, how many real gangsters and bad boys, and these girls are they're women. Women dream of, we all have a bad boy.
Yeah.
You're putting them with actual bad boys.
Do you think it should all be men?
Nah,
Oh, okay.
just get women.
Yeah.
You want the Sallys and the Sues?
Yeah.
Got a bit about them, like,
Yeah.
a bit switched on.
Live life. Because then watch, these same girls are end up getting punched up because they got attitude, they don't know how to talk, or because they've now become comfortable and thought that, oh, we're friends or we're bantering. These guys will punch girls up normal. They don't care if you're a woman or not. They're just on stuff. And the government is putting these little girls into the prison system with no life skills. And these girls are getting pregnant, they ended up in relationships, they ended up fucking up other guys' cases. My guy's on a case now in Belmarsh, yeah, for a murder charge, yeah. He's been for 4 years and he hasn't even gone to court. He's gone to court twice. Watch this.
So he's not even guilty yet.
He's not guilty. He's not guilty. Watch this. The guy, and one of his co-defendants on his case, got a prison officer in Belmarsh. This is in the Sun newspaper. This happened a few months ago. A prison officer in Belmarsh to falsify hearing Michael D say, well, it's not Michael D, but it was my friend say to another prisoner that he committed the murder. He's fucking an officer, all because he's fucking her. Women, emotions, he's gonna do anything for her man. He's managed to get her to falsify documents to the police, to the High Court of Law, the big High Court, the Old Bailey. She's falsified statements to say that she heard him saying that he shot him in the head. And they found out it's all a lie. These are the women they're putting in the prison system. This is all factual evidence. You can go type it in, like, it's facts. These are the women they're putting in the office, in the system.
Yeah, it's all a fuckery, isn't it, really?
It's wild.
She lied. You can get 35 years.
Well, she's going to do time now.
She's going to do time now.
Perverting the course of justice.
Yeah, but Bad Girls was a sick show back in the day, to be fair,
Bad
innit?
Girls
So,
are not bad. Yeah,
she'll be alright. It's not like Orange is the New Black. I remember
yeah,
Bad Girls was real.
Nah, we appreciate you coming
Yeah,
through.
honestly, it's been absolutely fascinating having you
Thank you,
on.
guys.
You're welcome back anytime.
Where can they find you, bro?
First of all, thank you guys so much, man. Thank you so much.
It's a
I mean
pleasure.
a lot, man. And I watch all of your shit. Like, I look
love.
up. I'm learning from when I saw you guys perform. Like, your stability, your control, your aggression. Like, you are aggressive on the stage. he's so aggressive. I remember, but he does it so kindly. He does it like, you warmed them up. I remember when you did it, he was like, yeah. But anyway, like, he did the Asian, it was the Asian joke in the beard or something, and then the crowd was going, he didn't just say
I
that.
get loads of that
Like,
now, man.
but I learned from your control, especially your joke about Vibes Cartel. Like, the way how you managed to, just thank you guys for allowing me to be in your environment. And
Nah,
learn from
love,
you,
man.
Every
Thanks for
time,
coming
I appreciate
through.
it. Every time, man. Ginger J, Ginga, so it's ninja with a G, basically.
2 G's.
No, 1 G.
At the start,
That
it's
was-
just
That'll
Ninja spelled with a J.
Oh, yeah.
good point.
So Ninga J. Ginger J, Instagram, TikTok. You can find me YouTube, all social platforms basically, apart from Twitter. I don't get it.
Stay off that
Yeah,
shit.
it's dangerous.
I don't get it. I see everyone getting cancelled on that. So you cancel me, I go back to jail. So I don't go Twitter. It's simple. Yeah, man. Come find me. Come and get some Black Ginger stuff in your life. Why not? I just don't understand.
Comedy's Wes Brown.
Comedy's Wes Brown.
Sweet.
Ginger Jesus.
Yeah, but it's been a
They've only had a
pleasure.
better defence.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Wes Brown
It is,
didn't
isn't it? Yeah.
Wes Brown didn't do nothing to you. Wes
yeah.
Brown didn't do nothing to anyone. Wes, I got you, Wes.
But yeah, pleasure.
Thank
As
you.
always,
Thank you.
thanks to Raj, thanks to Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
This
Thank
has been
you.
Word on the Streets. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. We're not on Facebook. But yeah, you know the drill. Share the pod on Spotify. Thanks for listening. See you next week.
Share it.
So
Word
that-
on the streets.
This has been the Word on the Streets. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.